On the night of May 11, 1965, Johnny Cash was out in Starkville, Mississippi, past curfew, walking either to the store or perhaps somewhere else. He was intoxicated, and the police detained him to sober up. While in his cell, Cash kicked the door repeatedly, breaking one of his big toes. This incident inspired the song Starkville City Jail, and it also gave his 15-year-old cellmate a souvenir. Before being released, Cash handed his shoes to the boy and said, "Here's a souvenir. I'm Johnny Cash." The man in black would later be arrested in the same year for carrying a suitcase full of pep pills. Jerry Lee Lewis had a memorable arrest in the early hours of November 23, 1976, when he showed up at Elvis Presley's Memphis home. He was drunk and holding a .38 Derringer pistol, demanding to see Elvis. When the gatekeeper, Harold Lloyd, refused him entry, Lewis grew aggressive, smashing his car window with an empty champagne bottle. It took 5 police officers to remove Lewis from his car and arrest him. Chris Robinson, frontman of the Black Crowes, faced legal trouble in May 1991 after an incident at a Denver area 7-Eleven. While buying beer, a woman recognized him and mentioned it to her friend, who asked, "Who are the Black Crowes?" Robinson responded by berating her and spitting on her before leaving with 2 cases of beer without paying. He later pleaded no contest to assault and disturbing the peace, receiving 6 months probation and a $50 fine. Mick Jagger, Brian Jones, and Bill Wyman of the Rolling Stones made headlines for a somewhat trivial arrest on March 18, 1965. After a concert, they stopped at a gas station in East Ham, London, and asked to use the restroom. When the attendant refused, Jagger retorted, "We'll piss anywhere, man," and Wyman relieved himself on the station wall. They were fined £5, but the incident boosted their rebellious reputation. Keith Moon of The Who was notorious for his wild behavior. On August 23, 1967, he celebrated his 21st birthday by causing chaos at a Flint, Michigan Holiday Inn. He crashed a Lincoln Continental into the swimming pool, set off fire extinguishers, and trashed rooms. Moon was arrested and fined $24,000 for the damage, and The Who was banned from all Holiday Inn locations worldwide. Paul McCartney's 1980 arrest in Japan was a costly mistake. While packing for a Wings tour, he included 8 ounces of cannabis in his suitcase, leading to a 9-day stay in Tokyo's narcotics detention center and the cancellation of the tour. This contributed to Wings' eventual breakup. McCartney recalled that his band was upset as his arrest had blown one of their big paydays. On September 18, 2006, Willie Nelson's tour bus was pulled over on a Louisiana highway, leading to the discovery of 1.5 pounds of marijuana and over 3 ounces of psychedelic mushrooms. 4 others on the bus claimed ownership, allowing Nelson to escape felony distribution charges. The incident was one of many drug-related arrests for Nelson, who faced a similar on-bus bust in Texas in 2010. Old Dirty Bastard from the Wu-Tang Clan had numerous legal troubles, but one of the more humorous incidents occurred on October 28, 2000, when he was arrested at a McDonald's drive-thru in Philadelphia. He had skipped out on court-mandated rehab and was recognized by a policewoman while signing autographs. His arrest happened in front of fans, adding to the absurdity of the situation. David Lee Roth, the former Van Halen frontman, was arrested on April 16, 1993, during a narcotics sweep in Washington Square Park, New York. He was caught purchasing a small bag of marijuana, a surprising mistake considering the high police presence in the area. This arrest was a low point in his career, overshadowed only by the 2002 VHS release of his No Holds Barbecue. Finally, Jim Morrison of The Doors was known for his onstage antics, but his arrest in 1969 for allegedly exposing himself during a Miami concert was highly controversial. Though there was no conclusive evidence, Morrison faced charges of indecent exposure and profanity, leading to a public outcry and a 6-month jail sentence. Morrison's appeal was pending when he died in Paris, and he was posthumously pardoned by Florida Governor Charlie Crist in 2010.